In this video, we're going to learn what is method, how we can create method, how we can pass data to method, how we can get retrieve data from method, and what is named parameter, what is optional parameter, and a lot more about methods. Hello everyone, myself Gulab Moria, and I'm going to walk you through all these things. Let's flip to Visual Studio. What is method? Method is a block of code which contains series of statements in it. Basically, it's a logic that you put inside a method, and when a program calls the method, these statements get executed. Let's create a method. For creating method, we must know four things. Access modifier, which means from where you can access the method. What is the visibility of that method, like public, private, protected. What is public? Public in the sense it can be accessed from anywhere. When you create your method and keep the access modifier public, it can be accessed from anywhere. When you keep it private, it will be accessed from within this class only, and protected, and it is used in inheritance, and so on. We'll be covering this in later videos. And what next is return type. We must know what is the return type of method. I mean, what my method will be returning to the caller. It can be in anything, any data type, integer, string, object. When it doesn't return anything, means we can keep it as void. And then method name, we can keep anything, but we must write a method name which indicates the purpose of returning the method. And parameters are nothing but the input that we provide inside a method. Let's create a method who will print hello world for me. Now I'll be using access modifier as public, and the return type, as I said, when we are not returning anything from method, it should be void. And what is method name? Method name should be logical representation why you are using the method. Now I'm keeping as a print, and this inside this curly braces, whatever you will write will be executed when you call this print. And this is the place where you can pass inside this bracket, you can pass the parameter, but for now I'm not using any parameter. I'm just printing hello world. Console dot write line, inside this I'll be printing hello world. Let's call this one. For calling, I have to create the object of the class. Program obj is equal to new program, and then we'll be calling this method by using dot print. See, print has come. Now what I'll do, I'll put a breakpoint here and then run. Let's run it. Now the control has come. See, first what happened, it went here, it created object, then this obj.print has called this method, and then this should print me hello world. See, let's see how we can pass parameter to method. Suppose in this method I want to pass my name. The input will be string name. Now this name can be printed here. I'm just trying to print my name along with hello world. Right now, from where I'll be calling this method, I need to pass this data. This data will be Gulab Moria. Now let's run it and see. See, the control has come. Now if you see, I have passed from here Gulab Moria. It should print me hello world Gulab Moria. See how this is the way we pass data to the program. Let's create a method which will take two parameters, two numbers, and add these two numbers. Inside the method we will be adding these two numbers and then returning that data back to the caller. Let's create a method add. Again we'll have access modifier as public. Now this time I'm returning something. Addition of two number will return integer or may return integer, public integer, and then the name of method add. I'm keeping the name as add, and inside this I need to pass two numbers like integer, the data type of the number integer num1 comma num2. You can you may pass as many as the number of the parameters you want depending on your need. Now you have written in return type as integer, hence you have to return the data. For returning data you have to write return keyword and then your logic, like whatever you want to return. I want to return, I want to sum these two and then return the value. Or you could do so like this, var or integer num is equal to num1 plus num2, and now return this num. Whatever you want to return you can pass with return keyword. This return keyword will return this ad addition of these numbers will be written through this return keyword. Now our method is ready. Now what next is, we need to call this method like obj dot add. For now I'm commenting this print, and obj dot add we need to pass the data in it. Like suppose I am just passing 5 comma 10, means num1 will get 5, num2 will get 10. Because of this order it will be decided like whatever num will get and what thing this num2 get. Now this method is executed and this will return the addition, hence I can write like this integer add integer. I need to put this data in somewhere, integer a or what anything result, you can say any name you can give over there. Now what I can do, integer result. Now let's execute this and see how. I'll put a breakpoint this here and see how these things goes. Let's run it. See, control has come. Now let's do F11. It has come here. Num1 has gotten 5 and num2 has got 10. Now in this statement I'm summing these two up. This is 15. Now it is returning 15 and this result should contain 15. See, if you get result is 15. This is how we pass parameters. And one more thing you need to keep in mind, this the parameter that we are passing, this is called parameters, and the data that we are passing is called arguments. Next is named argument. It is way to specify name of the argument in the argument list. Currently we are using positional arguments. What does this mean? This means depending on the position of the arguments the data is being passed to the method. At first we have written 5, the num1 will take that 5 data because it is written at the first position. Num2 will take 10 because it is written at the second position. Named arguments lets you to free from the matching the order of the parameter. Suppose I want to pass num2 first and num1 later on. We can do that with the help of named argument. See, this is how we can do that. We can specify name of the argument. Suppose I want to pass num2 first, name of the arguments colon, and second name num1. Now data is being passed. Num2 will take 5, num1 will take 10. Let's see that in action. Control has come. Let's debug it and see. Num1 got 10 because I have specified here. Num2 got 5 because I have specified with the help of named parameters. We can mix named arguments with positional argument, but we must ensure the order of the arguments are same. Just try that out. Let's add num3 here, and we'll be adding num3 here as well. Num3. Normally what we can do, we can add at end of the argument, we can add pass the data like this, but it will not take it will give me error because it says named argument num2 is used out of position, but it is followed by unnamed argument. We must follow the same order in which the or parameters are specified like this. I'm using like this. Now it should take. Yeah, the error has gone. Now we can debug that out. Control has come. Now we'll do F10. Num3 has num2. It's not coming. Now let's see. Num1 has 10. Num2 5. Num3 23. As we have specified here, the data has been passed. Num will be something around 38. It has come 38. Now next is optional arguments. By default, all the parameters of the methods are required, but C# 4 onwards, Microsoft has introduced a way to specify a parameter as optional. As the name suggests, you can pass data to it or not. It's optional. Each optional parameter has default value as a part of its definition. If no arguments are sent for that parameter, the default value will be used. Let's see that in action. Let's define another variable int4 I mean num4 as an optional. As I said, we should provide the default value to it first. Like default will be 10. I have given. This is the way we define optional parameter. Now if I don't provide anything from this while calling, I don't provide any parameter for this, num2 num4 will be taken automatically as 10. Like you can write here num4, you can add here. Now what it will do, it will take the from here, it will go num1 num2 and num3, but it will not take there is no num4 here, hence it will take 10 as num4 and add it. Let's see that in action. Control has come. Now let's do F10. Num1 will be 10, num2 will be 5, and num3 will be 23. Now let's see what num1 has come. Num1 has 10, num2 has 5, num3 has 23, and num4 will be 10 because we have not supplied anything. We can supply from here data, but this is an optional argument. This takes default value from here if we don't supply anything. Now let's see the result. It should be 48. Now 48 has come. Now let's pass the data to num4 and see what comes. Let's pass 20 here and see whether it takes or not. Let's run it. Control has come. Let's see num1 has what num1 has, num2 has. Let's see the result at last. See num4 is 20 because we have supplied 20. If we haven't supplied anything, then it has 10. If we supply data, it will take that data, not this default value. Okay, just keep one thing in mind. The optional parameter must be defined at the last after all the required parameters. This is what the C# has defined. That's all I had in this video. Thank you for listening.